Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. I am extremely excited today to talk about crypto, mostly because there's been quite a lot of people hating on XRP, and that always fuels my excitement. The more people hate on this crypto, the more I know it is, first of all, a targeted attack against XRP, and second of all, this is just one of the phases before success really comes. Having said that, put in the comment section down below whether or not you are still holding XRP, as I'm quite interested to know. Are you still holding, or have you sold it all? You're done with it. Put it down below in the comment section. Just write yes if you're holding, no if you are not. And having said that, we are talking about a lot of crypto today, and we're giving away $100 worth of crypto. And all you have to do to enter is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. And if we hit 1,500 likes within 24 hours, we are giving that away. XRP will be remnant of history by the end of 2021 by Arca co-founder. Arca co-founder and securities lawyer Phil Liu expects XRP to drop off the map by the end of this year. Now, I think this is pretty interesting, right? Phil Liu, the co-founder of New York-based crypto asset management firm Arca, predicts that XRP is going to become a remnant of history by the end of this year. The Wall Street Journal reports, I think that this thing will be remnant of history by the end of 2021, and Acra's family of investment products does not offer exposure towards XRP, quite logically so. Now again, there's a whole lawsuit going on, but back in February 2020, Gawling House told the Financial Times that Ripple would not be profitable without XRP sales. I do not know why people keep referring back to it. It is quite logical because, well, think about it. If you made a company around one fundamental idea that you would use a certain crypto to push and build something around that, it's not that crazy that you are not profitable if you didn't have that all of a sudden, right? Had they not had it from the start, then Ripple would have been built quite a lot differently. So I don't think that's really strange. However, he quoted, "We would not be profitable or cash flow positive without selling XRP. I think I've said that, well, we have now." And in December, Leo predicted that Ripple could ultimately become insolvent by the end of 2021, since the company has no alternative to XRP sales that are at the center of the SEC lawsuit. And I thought about this, right? So basically the point is, will Ripple be able to continue because they have a lawsuit going on right now, and otherwise they're not profitable? And I thought about it for a very good while, and my answer is I definitely do think so. Think about this for a little second. Ripple said they would not be cash flow positive, possibly, if they could not sell XRP. However, first of all, I think they made a pretty good reserve for themselves, and second of all, I do think that they were always at least expecting something like this to happen. And if things were to really hit the fan, Ripple would just move outside of the US while all this was going on, and Ripple could still, theoretically speaking, sell their XRP if necessary. Ripple, however, I do not think will ever get to such a point, because I do think they have enough funds to last a couple years from now. I definitely think they have at least expected something akin to this. You might say that a virus of this degree nobody really expected, but Ripple did expect a lawsuit like this, which again might turn out to be a very profitable thing in the end, because as I said before, I think Ripple will go into the history books as being kind of the start of this all, and basically with the Ripple test being the new thing. But let's see here. I don't see a viable alternative to replace XRP sales except to move out of the US and exclude US investors from buying XRP. Would that be a bad option? Well, theoretically speaking, no, because it would actually exclude US customers for the time being. But since all these exchanges are stacked against XRP anyway, they are quite excluded, right? So it would just be a temporary thing anyway. So I don't think that's a really bad thing. In practice, yes, it's a little bit annoying because US customers will have to buy it through annoying means possibly. And they would have to start from scratch because all XRP profits would be disgorged, since all occurred while Ripple was still a US-based company. And also that I do not completely agree with. I actually think Ripple will find a couple of ways to actually make it so that they will only lose out on what was really defined as securities. And since I think XRP can only at the worst case be deemed a security at its inception, because a lot of cryptos are quite security-like at the start, since there's not really anybody using them, only them, and they have quite a lot of control. Yeah, that they could only be called out as security for that. They might get fined for that, but in the end, I do not think they will actually be called a security right as we speak, even though there's quite a lot of naysayers like you can see right here. Quote, "It is pretty obvious that XRP is a security," says Bitcoin hater Peter Schiff. Whatever, right? And now, again, stretching the Howey test beyond its breaking point, Ripple lawyer Andrew Cernesi said that XRP doesn't fit the Howey test that is used to determine whether or not a certain digital asset is a security offering. Quote, "To us, this is the SEC trying to stretch the Howey beyond its breaking point," and that's again what I'm trying to say in the previous video. The Howey test will be made according to this Ripple case. Think about it. The Howey test came because they needed kind of a rule book to classify whether or not something was a security. And since Howey was one of the first and most important cases for that, they named the whole test after that specific case. They named it after the couple of points they looked for to determine a security. However, since cryptocurrencies are quite new and it's something they have never really measured before, I think they're going to need a new test because, well, Howey was thought of, let's say 60 years ago, 40 years ago, I don't remember, 60 I think. Right now, there's a new technology, there's a new world. This test is outdated. You need to come up with something new. And I think the SEC knows that as well. And especially during this lawsuit, the Ripple lawyers will make it clear that what's going on right now doesn't make any sense. If XRP/Ripple is offering securities or XRP is a security, a lot of companies will fall. And crypto, as we know, will not exist anymore. Just think about that too. Don't think, oh, XRP is just a security. Ha ha ha. Let me hold my Chainlink. Let me hold my Ethereum. They'll come back to all of those coins eventually. Massive lawsuits will really just span the crypto space. It will be freaking mayhem going all around. Same thing for Tether if it were to be called a security. So don't think your crypto are safe if it's called a security, which again, I do not think it would be unless they really want to break crypto. Then I saw this article just now. I actually see multiple sources talking about it. Rothschild Investment Corporation reveals it holds 30.5 thousand shares of GBTC. That's a pretty big deal. Rothschild Investment Corp, founded in 1908, in a filing with the SEC, revealed that the company has increased its holdings of GBTC to 30,500 shares. The increase is of nearly 6,000 shares from the previous filing, and even though we've covered this a couple of times before, the amount that they put in right now is actually crazy if you start to think about it. 6,000 shares of GBTC. In its filing with the SEC, the investment group revealed that it has a portfolio of about $900 million, which I think is very low, while the real value of assets under management was not revealed. So, I kind of feel as if this is just talking about, basically Bitcoin, right? Maybe they have $900 million in Bitcoin because the whole portfolio only being $100 million. Yeah, I do not believe that. It's a little bit low. And the rest here, story is being updated. Okay. So this one also had another article here. Let's quickly see if that one is interesting here. Rothschild Investment Corp increases its stake. I don't think it will be anything else though, rather than just here it's saying Grayscale is what they've bought, 30,500 shares, and some of the other things, maybe there's more crypto inside of there. I do not know. I do not really care. I'm not going to look it up. It's just interesting to see that they're really involving themselves so much with this. And the Chicago-based investment management firm first disclosed its exposure to Bitcoin back in 2017. It started off with a relatively modest investment of 500 GBTC shares that were worth only $200,000. One thing you need to know, this investment corp is not related to the famous family with the same surname. I do not really know why it was made this way, nor do I really care. It was here for a very long time, though, founded by Monroe Rothschild, so I don't really get the connection in that sense. I guess it's just not the famous branch of everything, but in the end, it should be because she has the same surname, so in the end, it might come around to be the same thing. But again, it was founded by Monroe Rothschild in 1908. Rothschild Investment Corporation has been around for several generations of entrepreneurs, and they're involving themselves with crypto, which I think is pretty damn big. We all knew it, though. The thing is just they're increasing their holdings at around this time, which again says they're quite bullish of crypto, which is the basic point that this one should have made. Then MicroStrategy CEO claims thousands of executives want to buy Bitcoin. In the first week of February, thousands of executives will attend MicroStrategy's Digital Bitcoin for Corporations conference with the intention of investing. MicroStrategy is holding that little round. I think they're going to be making a ton of freaking money. But also think about this one, the fact that they'll be making a freaking ton of people investing crypto as well by educating about how they can get into it or how much profit they have personally made. According to CEO Michael Saylor, Bitcoin will replace gold as well as bonds, the S&P 500, and even the Dow as the primary currency index, and that would be insane. Again, also, if you start to consider how a lot of us think XRP should be one of the biggest currencies out there, if it really would replace the S&P bonds and everything, you know what the valuation would be? It'll be insane. Just think about how much money would be in there then, guys. That is really crazy for me to think about. Also, check out GSX, a link is down below. This is the first growth coin. They right now have $3.2 billion in assets backing this GSX that is in gold and gold-rich land. And as that's going to go up, the value of the coin should keep going up as well, because there's a limited amount of coins, yet basically the backing is keeping up, right, or going up all the time. That's why it's a growth coin, the first of its kind. It should keep increasing the coin's value, which is pretty cool. Right now it is 10 cents a piece, plus 19%, plus 5% bonus for using my link. And again, we're hoping for about 40 cents or so the moment it hits exchanges, or possibly higher as they go on some major exchanges. Could be something big, and that's why we're going for it. Then, ushering in a Bitcoin standard, Marathon buys $150 million worth of Bitcoin. Think about this, guys. It is not about the amount of money that they're putting in. It's about the exposure that they are giving it, and also the fact that they're just going on into it. I actually don't think it was today that they announced the first one. It could be that this is just another purchase of theirs, because we all knew from, I think, a week and a half ago or so that Marathon was getting into crypto. It could, however, be that they first only looked it up and right now are really pumping it. You know, I read pumper. Are really buying it. That could be because apparently it was made public today. However, I commented on it last week somewhere on, I think, 5 Minute Crypto, that they were already purchasing. So I don't really get the complete situation, but all right. Then experts weigh in on the possibility of Bitcoin facing a monumental crash this year. I'm going to always say that it is possible. I'm definitely not going to exclude the possibility that we could crash massively, because alt runs, Bitcoin runs, whatever runs you're thinking about here, they have an end, right? And we don't know whether or not that's going to be today, tomorrow, or in a couple more months from now. It's very hard to tell. What we do know, however, is that there's still a ton of money to be made in crypto, and it doesn't matter if we get a huge crash going, because all these bubble thinkers, they always say the bubble is going to pop and it's all going to go to zero. However, looking at all the big companies that just got in, do you think they don't do their research? Do you think they're not aware of what's going on in the crypto space? They don't just join for the fun of it. They join to make a whole lot of freaking money. So they know as well as we do, and they're prepared for the fact that this is going to be big, and if it's going to fall down, it will go back up eventually. That's basically what they're betting on. That's what we're betting on too. Then, big investors stacked up Ether as price rose to record high. Strong hands backed Ether's rally to record highs, on-chain data suggests. So basically, Ether right now is pumping up like crazy. Wanted to quickly share that. It's also one of my favorite cryptos at the moment, just because of the popularity that's hanging around it. Again, I also love Chainlink, Polkadot, a couple other coins are really, really exciting to me. Then another example here, legendary investor Jeremy Grantham warned Biden's $1.9 trillion stimulus plan would inflate the stock market bubble in a recent interview. Here are the 28 best quotes. So I don't really care about his quotes. However, I do care about the fact that the veteran investor and GMO co-founder also touched on SPACs, Tesla, and Bitcoin in the Bloomberg Review. Again, these guys are getting into Bitcoin. Even if they're not buying, they know about it, they talk about it. And another fun fact, again, think about how much money is being printed. Is the US dollar really safe? I'm gonna say no. Again, if you do not agree with me, that's completely fine. But make sure you just understand that nothing is inherently safe. Crypto is not, US dollar is not, nothing like this is. He quotes, Bitcoin is 100% faith. Come the next market phase where faith is at a minimum, what do you think will happen to a stock whose entire reason for existence is faith and nothing but faith? But again, that's where I would like to put in that the whole economy is just faith and promises, basically, and an idea. So saying that something is just faith to keep it up is just stupid, right? You can also say fiat was basically created on the idea of your faith and trust in the government. And basically in this case here, we're trusting the algorithm that Bitcoin does not break down. If it does, however, again, we might have to rethink most of these things, because if Bitcoin, whoa, this is pretty interesting at the bottom here, this little video here. I'm quite distracted, not gonna lie. This is some ASMR right there. But yeah, the whole thing would of course fall down if one of the fundamentals of it breaks. So for Bitcoin, that would be if the mining, for example, were to break, or double spending would really be simply allowed, basically. And for the government, it would basically be if the government did something crazy, like, for example, pump all this money in right now. It could be that people lose their trust in it for those reasons, and that could really break down your value. Then Chainlink pumps to new all-time high in a bullish resurgence. Chainlink reached an all-time high price on January 25th. Link is likely in wave 5 of a bullish impulse, and Link to BTC has broken out from a descending resistance line. Guys, I am so extremely bullish on Chainlink. You're not going to believe that. You are not going to believe that. Mostly though, because it could get listed on Grayscale, and I really think it's going to pump if it does that. The only thing I cannot tell you is if you should buy right now or wait for a little dip, as Chainlink does dip around quite often, but the same thing I've said for Ethereum, I just buy every single chance I get because, well, waiting for the bottom is just very difficult right now when it just keeps making new highs. It keeps breaking higher and higher and higher. And the same thing I keep saying for Bitcoin. Right now, it is already up like 7% on a day or so. It is above 34,000. Maybe at the time you're watching, it's a little bit lower. But every time I think, yeah, I'm going to buy later, I'm going to wait the dip, it just goes right back up. And that's why I'm saying, guys, just stack up on some coins. And if you have some money left, you might want to hold on to it to buy some dips, but at least make sure you are very much exposed to a lot of different crypto assets because, again, I think that's going to be the way to do it. But again, that's just me. And then Grayscale donates $1 million to Coin Center. Will match up to $1 million more in February. Yeah, maybe this is cool. I do not know. It's just something for their goodwill, I would say. This type of stuff, these big firms don't do it because of because of the goodness of their hearts. They're doing this because it really gets a better build for themselves in the public, or this might help with further lawsuits. After Kraka's example said in 2018 to donate $1 million and match all other donations, Grayscale has done the same and urged other crypto household names to do the same thing. Again, I'm thinking these guys are just doing it for goodwill, but again, that is up to you to decide. Whatever. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody, and have a very jolly, nice day.